Welcome back, everybody. So let's start the video with our daily prayer. Forgive me, Father, for I am swole. No, not that kind of video today. So today's video is going to be a little bit off my usual topic, and it's going to be addressing the issues of social media and how it is affecting our lives today. So we have the three main social medias. We have our Facebook, we have our Instagram, and we have our Twitter. And we all know how I feel about Twitter. We'll get to that in a second. So each of the three main social media accounts represent three different parts of most of Western and North American society. So we have our Facebook, which will post our PG and G rating of our life when we go out to dinner with friends, when we go to church, when we have our family gatherings, get-togethers, merriment, and all these type of things. And then we have our Instagram, which is more of our PG-13, more risque part of our lives, where you'll typically see girls scantily clad, but they're still clothed and things like that when they're going out at the clubs, when they're at the gym. And I'm not going to throw any shade at that. It is everybody's life. You do with your life what you want, but that is pretty much what Instagram is. And then we have the third one, which is the Twitter account, with all those lovely blue check marks. And that represents, I wouldn't say art, I would say mostly the non-rating things that you cannot rate, because they are so out there that you have no idea what the hell is going on. Well, I find Twitter to be the most toxic and the most hateful social media that I've ever seen in my life. And let's also not discount the fact that out of all three of these social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter is the only one that actually allows pornography on their platform. So that being involved definitely makes it less of a family-oriented or kid-friendly or general audience type of social media. Now, what I do with my Twitter account, because I do have a Twitter account that's under the same name, Giga Vega, whether you subscribe there or not, I really do not care. I do not visit it. All I do is drop the link to my videos, and I get the hell out of there as fast as I came in, because I gotta get away from that infectious social cancer. So Facebook does a pretty decent job at policing itself. It's gotten a little bit more out of hand, a little bit more libertarian over the past few months, but you still are able to voice your opinion without being thrown under the bus. Instagram, like I said, I have no problem with Instagram. I do love my Instagram account. It's a great way to get yourself out there. It's like Facebook, only more for directly things that you want to put out there. And it's mostly for pictures and videos. Whereas on Facebook, you can have debates and things like this. I'm part of quite a few groups, YouTube channel groups, gaming channel groups, bodybuilding groups, political groups, and things like this. And all three of these platforms, people have arguments and things like this, but I haven't really seen much that goes out of control, apart from something recently that started stirring controversy, which was Mr. Will Wheaton. Shut up, Wesley! But I'm not going to discuss that. He's just a small-minded person who thought he was bigger than what he actually was, and took on more than he could have handled. So anyways, so same thing goes with Instagram. But when it comes to Twitter, but it's just like, I don't know what part of reality Twitter inhabits. It's as if a portal to an alternate dimension. Careful, the crack in the doorway is a separate reality. It is literally a separate reality from any other social media. I've never seen so much hate, so much division coming out of anywhere. Like, I don't understand how we've accepted hate, division, racism, sexism to become part of our lives, and we are actually letting a small group of people influence the way that we actually interact with each other and the way that we view the world. You can't have any discord over there. The moment you say anything that is contrary to the current political view, you're either a sexist, a transphobe, a xenophobe, you're everything the moment you decide to say you believe in this. And I honestly do not know how Twitter has not been shut down. Like, it is a cesspool of hate, and I really, really despise it. I have no words to describe the disdain I feel towards Twitter, and all this hatred towards a certain demographic of people, and even politicians. And it's not the politicians that you would think would be like Donald Trump or whatever, making all sorts of hateful comments on Facebook, on Twitter and things. Like, you actually have tons and tons of videos on Twitter and people praising and promoting such horrible agendas, like Maxine Waters coming out and saying, if you see somebody on the left, you are obligated, it is your duty, your moral duty, to make these people's lives difficult. Gather around their house. And these are words that Maxine Waters has said, and this person is a public figure. And unfortunately, all this stuff did actually start 2 years ago when you really, really think about it. Like, Twitter was never such a horrible place. Like, I used to go on Twitter much more frequently, and over the past 2 years, and especially the past year, like, it seems that more and more support one side gets, the more out of control the other side gets. Guys, it's over. Accept the reality. I do not want to make this a political video. I do not want to make this a political video. But guys, I was born in the 80s. And I've never experienced a phenomenon that I'm experiencing right now, where we are actually allowing the media to control the way we think, the way we act towards one another. We believe everything that we see on the news as long as it's on particular news networks. Guys, all these news networks, CNN, Fox, MSNBC, Al Jazeera, these are all freaking BS. We will never know the truth about anything about global warming, about actual politics and things like this. Yet, whatever we have chosen now to, instead of forming our own opinions, we'll watch the news, take the view of the news and just rehash and spit out whatever vile, hateful things that we heard on the news. Tucker Carlson a couple of months ago, man, his house got surrounded by a group of Antifa, and where the hell are we? You know what I mean? Like, I'm laughing, but it's a really, really sad state. Like, we never ever, when I was younger, we never let the media and the news shape the way that we interact with each other and view the world. And unfortunately today, that is what we are actually doing. We see something on the news, that becomes our reality. This is how we think, this is how we go forward, this is how we interact with people. F these people, they're against us. F these people, they're against us. They don't agree with us, they are racist. They don't agree with us, they are homophobic, transphobic, sexist, everything. There's no more discord. And I was really, really hoping and praying that in 2019 we were actually going to start seeing an improvement. We did actually start seeing an improvement, but more, it's more they'll push, they'll get the negative reaction, and then they'll go back to business as usual. So I'm talking about social justice warriors affecting our movies, affecting our video games, our cosmetics, our food, you name it, they were involved and they are ruining everything. What happened with Gillette last month with their anti-men campaign? I absolutely stopped supporting Gillette. Not because I don't believe in sexism and supporting women and things like this, I absolutely do. But when you tell me how I'm supposed to think and how these people are evil because of this and that and they have to be controlled, that is when I stop supporting you. Just like I did not support games like Battlefield, Wolfenstein, which I was really looking forward to Wolfenstein 2. But once I saw the trailers and once I saw the companies literally telling their gamers, their consumers, if you don't like the way we're going, we don't want you. We don't need men. We're not catering to men. And this and that. White men in particular. And all these companies felt the backlash. They felt the sting of the wallet. Guys, don't forget. These companies, we own them. We control them with our freaking money. What's in our pockets dictates what happens with these companies. And that is why anytime any company comes out and they say, like they present their social justice or social political agenda, hey, now look at Mortal Kombat. I'm not going to go into the details of that, but based on what they came out and said, I'm not supporting Mortal Kombat anymore. I actually uninstalled my Mortal Kombat games, and I have no interest in purchasing Mortal Kombat 11 because they became holier than thou. But I'm actually going to make a video on its own for Mortal Kombat. But guys, we control these companies. Our pockets dictate what happens to them. So when these companies that you've been supporting for years and years and years turn against you, cut ties. If they learn, good. If they don't, no company is too big to fail. We've all seen that. No company is too big to fail. And the thing that I do not understand the most, like I would understand if these social justice warriors and these causes people were actually supporting your industry, I would understand. If they're purchasing your products and this and that and making your money, I would understand why you would be supporting these their agenda. But they're not, man. They are not supporting your company. They do not buy your products unless it's on an extreme sale or for free, and you know what? They won't even buy them ever. So bottom line is, we are in control. Can we please get back to normality? He is not as a horrible person as you guys think. He's doing good things. I'm just gonna say one thing, and yes, I am referring to Donald Trump when I say this. Don't take what I'm gonna say, and don't take whatever I said in the video for me to mean that I support Donald Trump or support Hillary or support anybody else. I'm very much neutral. What I support are people that are advancing humanity and are supporting people. For decades, I don't know if I'm actually allowed to say, if I can say this word, organization, but I'll still say it. So, the black community, Prince Hall Freemasons, for decades and decades, they have been fighting for every single person that has come out. They have been fighting with them to get them to make places where Martin Luther King has spoken, to make them landmarks or make them protected. And every single official never. Donald Trump, in his first year, in January, if I remember correctly, I'm going to link the article below so if you guys want to actually read it. It's quite lengthy, but it's worth the read. He actually sat down with Prince Hall Masons and the black community, and he actually signed the papers, and he actually made all the places that Dr. Martin Luther King spoke at, he made them national landmarks. They cannot be touched. And not only the places where he spoke, even the place where he was born, his house, like the house where he grew up in as a child, that was also made a national landmark. So before you go and you call people racist just because of what you heard on the freaking news, do your research. Do not expose yourself to only one side of the story. Put yourself in danger. Put your thought process in danger. Look at the other side. Because you will never get the full picture when you're only looking at this side. You're only going to get an immovable object, unstoppable force. Never works. Whereas if you So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It went a little bit off rails compared to what I originally had that plan to say, but it was pretty much what it was. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please, no arguments in the comments. We can have discussions and things like this, but we are not talking about politics. I just want things to go back to normal. So if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, share my video, let me know what you thought. As always, subscribe, and I will be making many more videos. If you like this type of content, I'm open to making more. Again, trigger-free, safety. This is not a this is not a safe space. I do not believe in safe spaces. So that being said, subscribe, Jigga, Vega, out.